All right, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here, ready for another episode of Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as Germany, and this is episode number 2. And we'll try to basically just improve ourselves moving forward, move the time clock forward, and fix a couple mistakes we made early on in the game. So let's start off with this MIFO Bills decision. Now, before I get right into that, I need to mention that at the end of the last episode, I sort of said I would wait to see what you guys said in the comments about it. What should I do? Well, since that episode I recorded yesterday, I decided to change my my schedule on how I was going to be recording videos, and I'm basically going to be focusing mostly on this one game, meaning that I'm going to be recording more videos in bulk, where it's not even necessarily in bulk, it's pretty much just one video per day that I'm able to record, given my new work schedule. But I'm going to edit them all on the weekend and have them scheduled to upload throughout the week going forward. So what that means is that I'm going to have about 5 episodes of backlog before I can actually start implementing the tips you guys give, which sucks a little bit for the interactive part of it, but at the same time, it sort of forces me to just learn on my own and make my own decisions. And by doing that, I mean look on the internet and figure out what the best options are to do. For the most part, sometimes I'll make my own decisions, and that will usually be those will usually be the bad decisions I make that cause me to lose the game. But anyway, what I have learned about the MIFO Bills is it's essentially like, if you're going to go to war early, then you cancel them. You basically let them run out and allow the MIFO Bills payment trait to be applied, which basically means that 20% of our consumer good factories, or 20% of our civilian factories, go towards consumer good, which right now we're actually only spending 10 factories on consumer good out of our 30. That will increase, and then that will mean giving us less to work with while building this stuff. So it's not very good to do that if you have plans on building up your factories and your infrastructure and everything. If you're planning on going to war early, then you can cancel them. But if you are not, which we are not, then we keep them going and keep benefiting from the extra production we're getting. Although we are losing 0.15 political power per day to do this, which seems like a small cost to me. So we're going to go ahead and select it. And now we have basically, we're going to continue the MIFO Bills, which is going to give us a little bit of a bonus in production as we keep moving forward. Again, without it, we would be forced to use more of our factories towards consumer goods, which then means that less towards building up the rest of the stuff we actually care about. And I guess it was implemented part of as a realism thing, because Hitler was under a treaty, right? So he wasn't supposed to be building up a military infrastructure, but I guess he was doing it in secret, in part due to these MIFO Bills. But it's also a bit of a balancing thing for the game to stop Germany from being way too powerful early on. Okay, so we've taken care of that, and with that said, we're gonna just sort of press time forward here and continue on building up infrastructure, continue just making decisions as they become available, completing national focuses and stuff like that, and training out these divisions, which we are still training here. We're about to get a bunch more later on. We're making 3 light tank divisions at a time here. Maybe that's a little bit too much. It might be. Maybe after this round I'll lower it down to 2, because it seems a bit hefty, in my opinion, after sleeping on it. The mortarized we're making again. I actually don't think we need to make these. So what I'm going to do is put this to 1. I've just watched a little bit more of a Let's Play and read a little bit more about the game, and it seems like the mortarized really aren't going to be all that useful. And if anything, like for these specifically, these actual mortarized units are appearing in the tank division anyway, so we're still producing them so we can use them in this division, but we definitely do not need a division full of these. So we'll finish this one because we're almost done it, but after that we will no longer do that. Now I'm just a little bit interested in these areas over here. I want to know, how can I tell? Okay, so it's hills. There's obviously going to be a difference between hills over there and mountains over here. And I'm just trying to decide if I need any mountaineer troops on the eastern frontier. Or if I even have any. I have one there. I have one, I believe. In this entire eastern front, there's one mountaineer. So, seems kind of okay. I don't know if the AI will be smart about where to put him. But it also doesn't look like there's any mountains, really, that I can see. Okay, Ethiopia was taken by Italy. Technically, that's good for us. So they have annexed the entire country now. And they, I guess you would call this a colony. Is that too big to be a colony? Like, a colony, in my understanding, is like a country or at least a plot of land that is owned, in this case, by Italy, but sort of, you know, by default, it was owned by Ethiopia. So you would call this a colony because it was colonized by Italy. What is going on here? All this dust and smoke. Is that like a sandstorm? Extremely hot. 32 degrees. Okay. Well, time is still moving. This national focus is coming to a head here soon. We're going to have a new research done soon. And things will move on. Early on in the game, it's actually like... it's not all up to Germany, but Germany has the choice to basically start World War II, right? And there's going to be little pieces of war that break out. We already have this one that's finished up here in Ethiopia. We will have another one break out in Japan and China, and we'll have one break out in Spain. And these little wars, the Italy one does not affect world tension. I think it's just because you start the game in the war, so at the time the war was declared, no world tension was generated. But we will get a little bit of world tension generated by some of the other nations as they start declaring war. So I don't think we care too much about excavation. Resource gain efficiency. I think excavation only helps when we have these synthetic refineries already built, but maybe I'm wrong about that. We don't want to switch to disperse, but we definitely, we're a little bit ahead of time here. We do have a 50% boost, but we will still have that boost later, so maybe we don't want that. I know radar is something we will eventually want, and it's a 1936. So yeah, let's just go for radar. I'm not going to think too much about the research tree, which might be a mistake, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if the research tree is going to matter as much as the national focus tree. But we'll see. As things become more important, you know, as we get into the game, it'll become more important to pick the proper researches. But for now, we don't have to worry. We've got all our planes here. We can check our logistics to see how production is going. So motorized, we're lacking, kind of. Probably, well, we'll see how this goes after we're done creating that one division. Because, oh, yeah, because maybe that will go down and it'll be less lacking. The light tanks are lacking as well, though, so maybe not. Everything else seems to be doing okay. We're starting to stockpile these planes, and that is really good. All right, the Reichsautobahn is finished, and that gives us major infrastructure bonuses in our main country, so that's really good. So what do we want next? Well, this one gives us synthetic resources bonus, and it gives us a free synthetic refinery. That could be good. We definitely need oil, right? Like, if we take a quick look at our oil again, once I learn where all the buttons are, well, we're trading for it now, so it's actually not that much of an issue right now. So maybe we don't have to rush it down if there's a better option somewhere else. This one gives us more civilian factories. Yeah, for sure. See, this is one that I want. It gives us extra slots and automatically fills them with factories. 6 extra factories seems amazing. We're going to go with that. As soon as I saw that, I knew that's what I wanted. And we will continue pushing time forward as we press into August of 1936. Are these guys moving around over here? Is that a tank? Seems to be a tank. Yeah, we still need a lot more army units over here. Okay, it's the pink one, that's right. They're not even able to fully garrison this. So if, obviously this is impossible, but if France just decided to declare war on us, we could be in trouble. All right, we got enough political power here to purchase the next thing. We started with the captain of industry. What do we want next? Political power. Not what? Undertaken his famous flight. So what is the difference between these two? Because to me they seem exactly the same. This guy has some sort of modifier, or not a modifier, but like a restriction on him that... Okay. I'm not too worried about that. About the drift defense. I'd rather the extra political power gain. Let's go with this guy. There we go. So that'll help us gain political power nice and early. And it'll, you know, snowball into just making more decisions and being able to change our law more often. Yeah, they're definitely shuffling around on the defensive line there. So once we get more military factories too, we will start to increase our tank production, which should help out in the logistics side of things, but we're still a ways away from that. All right, some research going to be finishing soon. Other than that, not too much happening right now. I think the Spain World War, or the Spain Civil War, will break out soon. The Olympics are done. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, Germany. Attended by athletes from 49 different nations across the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics are the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals, while the Americans came in second with 24. 4 of these were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete of the Games. Cool. I think that always says the same thing every game, but, you know, still kind of neat. I noticed, too, we can click on details and get some more details about our neighboring nations, too. So we can see they have about 60 to 93 military ground divisions right now, while we have 35. But if we know we have 35, and eventually Poland is going to be in our crosshairs, they have 24 to 56. So it seems like we need to start building up here. What does Italy have? 30 to 59. We can also see their Navy and their Air Force as well. Italy, up to approximately 1,000 planes. How many do we have? Well, almost 1,000. We finished the, what was it? Construction. Yeah, and we could move into this, but again, we have a ahead of time penalty here that we don't really want to be incurring when we could be spending this elsewhere. Do we have... Yeah, we're working on one of the land doctrines, so let's see. What else do we need from 1936? Yeah, let's get a new support company. I really like the field hospitals, and I've been learning more about what to put in your support companies, and field hospitals actually aren't always chosen as the proper support, but it could still work. Basically, for the support companies, we attach them to divisions, and they give those divisions a bit of a bonus. For engineers, they get entrenchment bonuses. Recon helps them make the right tactical decisions. MP is for resistance within the state. Maintenance help. Now that I'm saying this all out loud, I feel like I've said it before, but maintenance helps with armor units, which, you know, I'm actually just gonna go with that because we're gonna have some armor units that are gonna want some maintenance to help them stay in shape as they move through Poland and through other countries. Seems to make sense to me. And once we get into 37, we'll have more things open up. So we have a free dockyard. Let's go ahead and assign that. And we'll take a quick look at logistics for the... Oh, we're only making convoys right now, are we? Hold on. Is that true? Or we just haven't been able to make anything else yet? One battleship in 2 years. Maybe we should try to get some more battleships out. Although destroyers... So the way the boats work, to my understanding, is we have these different types of boats. Convoys are for... Here, I'm going to start the time again. Convoys are for moving supplies across, as well as troops across water. They have no sort of attack or defense. They just get sunk if they're attacked without being defended. Destroyers are very capable at killing submarines, which you need something that's capable of killing submarines. Otherwise, submarines will just run rampant on you. So they are very important. Looks like we got some new divisions here. Let's assign them. Oh shit, I just remembered something else I have not been doing as well that I need to do right now. This is actually very bad. So I need to train my troops up to regular. I need to make sure that my troops are all regular. So in this division, they are already good. Over here, well, the tanks, they are regular as well. The orange unit are all regular. Okay, has this not been an issue ever since? Okay, these guys need to be training so we can exercise them. And exercising them will help them train, and it will also give us army experience, which we probably should have been generating much earlier. Here's another 2. We can assign them to the pink army, and they will go immediately start training. In fact, one thing we can do is under the recruitment tab, we can tell them right away where to go. If we click on this, all of our infantry will be assigned to the pink army as soon as they're made. The panzer divisions will be assigned to the blue or purple, to the tank division. Same with this. And then our mountaineers will be assigned to the pink. We know for sure our mountaineers want to go that way. And we just missed out on that one, so we'll just assign him manually. He got deployed right before we told him where to go, so. Okay, and now that they're training, we're going to start to generate military experience, which we can use to create divisions and stop using the default ones. Which I have learned apparently is very important because the AI doesn't tend to make much use of those division templates. I don't know if they just use the default ones or if they just create bad ones by, you know, just because they're the AI. But if we create good ones, then it will give us almost an immediate leg up above them. So, sounds like a good idea. What do I got here again? These are my navies. I got the, this is the fleet with battleships and destroyers. I guess these are the submarines then. No, that's not what this is. Where are my subs? Here. Okay, let's look at this again. My entire fleet split into a few different options. I wanted my subs to all be in one. These are all subs. Okay. Alright, we finished a national focus. I'll get back to that later. Clearly, I don't really know what I'm doing with the Navy. So we got our civilian factories. We can get even more civilian factories, which maybe I'll just do. And we can even move right into a research slot. That sounds very good. Sounds very good. We're still not building infrastructure right now, so I don't see much use out of this. Although I do see use out of getting these pretty early, too. Because we want to start just making sure that they will be fascist so that later on they'll be on our side. So we're going to approach this war. We're going to try not to be arrogant about it. I think the Germans had a certain sense of arrogance. I think it's safe to say that when they were doing World War II. And we're going to try to approach it much more carefully and just make sure that we're not going to create a bunch of enemies we don't need. These guys might be enemies if they don't end up going fascist, so this will try to guarantee that they do. But the civilian factories, though, are so juicy. Yeah, I'm going to go with that, and then I'll probably start working on our on getting them to switch to fascism. All right, now we start... Well, we have another dockyard, so... What happened to my destroyers? Did I remove my destroyers off the line? Or did it finish? Oh, I think it finished. Okay. And I did remove it off the line. I didn't mean to do that. Destroyers are going to be just above the battleship. I want them to be up to 5. It should have been infinity. I don't know why they came off the line. That is what happened, right? I think so. Anyway. Oh, I have some more dockyards. There. Okay. Time is still going into October now. They just have no orders assigned. That's okay. They can live. They'll be out soon. 3 divisions might be too many. Okay. Well, there's not much going on right now. We're literally just waiting. You can hear my dog barking in the back, I'm sure. All right, so something has happened, and we got some political power to make another decision here. So let's see if there's a political advisor that we really want. War industrialist, military factory construction. Yeah, I mean, this seems good. It's probably what I'll go for. We don't want to do converting. We don't want communism. We don't want democracy. This will keep us fascist. It'll make us more fascist. Are we? 0% daily change, okay. Only 60% worries me a small bit, actually. And we get extra war support. Extra manpower. This one doesn't seem bad either. Ideology, drift, defense. I don't really know. I'm actually not sure. I'm going to go with this one because he's going to give us extra war support too. And I'm just a little worried that we're only at 60%. So I'd rather start building up more, even if it's only a little bit, just to make sure we don't have any sort of civil war or anything. I don't think that's something that's supposed to happen, but I just want to take precautions against that. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, if I made a silly decision at any point in this series, feel free to tell me, because I'm hoping to learn. Although keeping in mind that I'm working on a backlog here, and it's going to take me several episodes to actually apply what I've learned, but that's okay. So, the Sudetenland is a part of Czechoslovakia that Germany has access to by taking their own focus tree somewhere. It's down here somewhere. This is ginormous, by the way. Oh, hold on. Is it more Mifo stuff? Yeah. So we'll have to... We're going to just keep going. It seems to be costing more each time. Or if we back out, it's going to cost us more each time. For 80 days now. Let's hit it one more time and we'll see. Because the consumer factory plus 20% is actually pretty bad. And if it keeps going up more and more, it might actually hit us at a bad time. But the hope is that... Well, yeah, it might hit us at a bad time, actually. I don't know. But we'll learn. We'll find out. I was spending a little bit of time just looking at the... excuse me. Looking at the air base and learning about how to add our reserve planes to it. Seems pretty simple enough. So, like, this is the interwar fighter, right? We can actually just add all of them. The bombers look like they're in a nice air wing there, but we'll add the fighters, and now they'll be here, and we can, whoops, just click on, oh, is this a different type of fighter? I think we can still put them together. Yeah. Those might be the newer planes, I'm not sure. Okay, we finished mechanical computing and radio. Wow. So we're way ahead here. We're like 2 years. We definitely can't go down there. Radio detection allows us to build radar stations, which might be useful one day, but they don't strike me as something I need right now. Taking a quick look at the planes. Oh, they were... Wait, hold on. Heinkel, HE51, JG1. I don't exactly know what it's saying there. I don't know. So what kind of planes do we want next? I think we want to focus on fighters. Oh, this is way ahead of its time, though. Yeah, sorry. Well, heavy fighters are okay, although I think they take much more to build. So maybe we don't want fighters. What we actually do want is artillery, for sure. I think this is just a basic buff to our already existing equipment. So we're going to get this. It's plus 10% soft attack, which means it does more damage against humans. So that sounds good. And you know what? We'll get the anti-tank as well, because we should just catch up on our artillery, because artillery will be a pretty major focus for us. So getting that stuff now is going to be good. And as we generate more and more army experience, we will finally be able to create those new divisions and add some extra artillery to it. Meanwhile, time is just moving on. Really not a lot going on. We're waiting for these wars to break out, which I don't know exactly when they're supposed to, but I feel like they should be soon. One in Spain and one in Japan. We've got our new national focus finished. We got a bunch more civilian factories, or maybe only 2 more. I don't know. Let's go back up here. It was only 2 more. I'm a little less excited about it now. We need the synthetic rubber to be able to get the... Or wait, do we? No, we don't. It says just 1. I need to start going here, but an extra research slot is just so good. 70 days. Okay, I'm just taking it. Argue with me in the comments if you must. Tell me why it was a bad idea, but to me, just getting more and more research early is just going to put us further and further ahead. How is our divisions coming? They're really not getting a lot of equipment here. They're trying. They're not prioritized, that's for sure. So I guess they'll just squeak out when they do. Supposed to make about 3 of these per week. Doesn't... Like, what do they need for equipment here? I don't quite know. They need the light tanks. Oh, they need... They're short on motorized and light tanks. That's it. Oh, that only goes up by 3 per week? Does each division of... Does each Panzer division have, like... How many tanks? Is it 60? It says there, manpower 500, light tank 60. So each one of these battalions is 60 light tanks. Is that what that means? So that's why here I need 240 because there's 4. Yeah, that does make sense. So each one's 60. They have artillery with them as well. So that's why this is taking so long. The motorized and the light tanks just take a while. So 3 per week is not really good enough, because I need to fill out 240 per division. But that's okay. If we look at our construction here, we'll see it's improving. Up to 47 factories. They're all being used. It'd be nice if we can get these filled out so that we can have 3 fully producing at once. I think that's kind of the goal. Now, one guide I was reading said, well, they said, did they say 45 civilian factories? Because we have more than that now. Here we go. The Spanish Civil War. A civil war has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued a pronunciamiento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. This right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist the putsch to their last breath. The battle for Spain has begun. Okay, so now we can do something, because we have a little bit of an interest in this war, because these guys, the nationalists, are fascists. We want them to win. They're going up against communism. We don't want communism to win, because that's going to be potentially another enemy. So we want fascists to win. So we can do a few things here to help. And also to get us involved a little bit more in the action. We can send a lend-lease. We can support other countries who are at war by lending them equipment. So let's give them... What do we have? In store, we have so many guns in storage. We're obviously going to need them. But we're going to give them... let's say... I mean, we have so many. I'm going to give them... 2,000. That seems like a lot. But I'm going to give it to them once. 2,000 once. That should help. And I think sending them guns allows us to get experience through them using the guns. But another thing we can do... Oh, we can't. We have sent a diplomatic request. We cannot buy... Oh, we have to let a day go by. They accepted our land lease. And now we can send volunteers. So the most we can send is 3 divisions, I think. So what we want to do is take a look at the terrain. It looks like there are some mountains, so maybe sending 1 mountain division. But I don't have a lot of mountain divisions, so I will not. Instead, I will take from here, and we will select just 4 guys, or 3 guys, sorry, and put them in their own army. We will make them yellow or something, or whatever, green or yellow, whatever color that is. And now they're in their own army. So when I come to send volunteers, I can select this one. I will give them a commander, so hold on. Hold on, Spain. Game's paused anyway. We'll give them... I don't know. Here we go. Defense and logistics doesn't actually seem like what we need there. Jeez, I have no idea. Here. He's an old guard, but he has 100% experience added to his infantry. That sounds like a great idea, actually, because that's what this is. This is a learning experience for them. There we go. Wilhelm Ritter von Lieb. It generates a little bit of world tension, I think, when we do this. But it also will allow a volunteer force, so they're being transferred. It's happening automatically when we do it this way, and it takes until January 31st, so it's going to take a while. But we want to win this, and there's going to be, like, the Soviets are going to be sending units to the Republicans in order to push communism, and I think Italy will send some volunteers to help push fascism as well, so we should win. Especially so with our guns and our soon-to-be-there German soldiers. It already looks like they're doing pretty good. We'll get more details once we're actually there. What is this? I don't know what this is that it's telling me. I don't know. Oh shit, it was paused. My god. They have arrived. Alright, let's pause it real quick. Where are we? Up here. Makes sense. So what do we want to do? We can come over here and try to help push to Madrid, which is a big victory point. It's got... Where are the points here? Oh, is that 30 victory points? It seems very important for us to take Madrid. So let us go ahead and form an offensive front line right there. Oh, no, see, that's not what I meant to do. So we'll trash that order and instead use the right-click option to just go right here. There we go. And they should move over. Once they get there, sorry, I do a lot of scrolling, by the way, and I know it's annoying. I'm trying to stop. We'll set the offensive line just right there to Madrid, because we want them to start planning it. And we want to be able to see that we want to give them a bit of a bonus for planning, basically. So there we go. We can partake in a little bit of war festivities while we wait for other things to happen behind the scenes. So that should give us a little bit more to look at least while we build up. God, whenever the game autosaves like that, it just gives it a bit of a hiccup, which I'm not happy with. Okay, so we can see them. Well, we'll start to see them planning here, I believe. One of these bars. I guess it's this one. We need some more time to go by. In the meantime, they're just defending. Which I think is okay. Yeah, there it is. It's going up a bit. We'll give them some time, let them plan, give them the bonus, and then we'll push through to Madrid. It looks like we're doing very well on the rest of the country. So I'm not too concerned. I know that generally the nationalists tend to win most of the wars. Oh, we got some political power to spend here. Generally they win, but sometimes the Republicans can win. Can we switch this yet? No, we don't have 50 war support. 30%. So what are we at right now? 25 consumer good factories. If we go here, it's going to be 30%. If we go here, it lowers. So war economy is really what we want. We just need some more war support. So I think that'll just end up going up. We don't have to worry about that right now. As far as the trade law, I don't like more of our resource. So that makes a lot of our resources go to market. So I don't think we want that, even though it helps with so much other stuff. I don't know. I don't know enough about the trade law to know if I should change it right now. And as for the conscription, well, eventually we're going to want... Which one? Probably extensive. It adds to the training time a little bit, but it gives us much more. But right now, that's not a big deal. We have the manpower that we need. So we'll start to go down here. Can we get a theorist? This theorist gives us nice Navy experience gain, close air support, air experience, dive bomber. I don't know. Blitzkrieg theorist, land doctrine. Ah, this seems good. Yeah, this is going to help us research land doctrines, which we're currently researching, and it's going to give us extra army experience per day. I like that. We're going to take that one. Let's continue on. Taking a look at our Spanish volunteers here. The preparation bar is still climbing. Still needs a lot more time. And it looks like they're being attacked, but they're winning. There might be some Italy divisions around here too somewhere. Okay, we got our extra research slot. That's actually really exciting. Now we're going to work towards this. So we're going to start on this to get some more infrastructure, or at least some more construction speed for infrastructure, which we're not using right away, but we care more about what comes after that. And now we have a 5th research slot, which is awesome. So what do we want now? Marines would be a good idea. We want to use Marines for naval invasions. One day we're going to want them. And they're pretty cheap to get now. We have Mountaineers already. Paratroopers we might want to one day. Well, we'll start with Marines. I know I'm going to use Marines. I think my understanding of Marines is that they're just stronger infantry. But they get bonuses in like certain situations. How's our recruitment going here? They're getting more than enough equipment for all the infantry, the training. This is all going very smooth. This is less so. It's taking a lot longer. We're almost done our queue for civilian factories. If we look at what we have here, we can see, by the way, the 100 infrastructure here. Man, I feel like I should add some more. I thought there was a fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah, we'll get some more civilian factories because we don't have enough. I think we want more. More. At the very least, we want to get 3 of these pumping fully at once. Okay, let's start up time again. Attrition, huh? Oh, is it because they're training? I think that's why. Man, these guys are pretty well garrisoned as well. Okay, we finished our land doctrine and some other stuff too. Mobile warfare, that gives us the delay tactic. Next up, elastic defense. More speed, more organization for tanks. Cool. We are going to want to get some tanks. So let's take a look over here what we got. Well, we got everything already. We need to get into this, which we're not able to right now. Are we still not researching field hospitals yet? What did I... Oh, I went with maintenance. That's right. Well, we'll get field hospitals then. And now we're starting to get the army experience here. You can see it just ticking up. So that's really good. Okay, let's check out our Spanish volunteers here. Their plan is almost fully ready. In fact, it's probably good enough for me. Let's just go. They should be pushing forward now. And just getting us more experience and eventually going to take Madrid. Their other, Barcelona is the other one that we really need to take. But yeah, looks like the nationalists are doing well. That's good for us. A potential ally. Or at the very least, they shouldn't be an enemy. Do we already have Madrid? It looks like it. I don't know what happened to our line here. I don't know exactly what our units are doing. We have Madrid. We could defend it. Probably seems like a good idea. Defend Madrid. There's a river there. Should be an easy task. Hopefully they'll get some more fighting experience doing that. And I guess what we can do is click here and see. They have between 29 and 71 more divisions. So not very much. Oh, we got some new divisions here. We have a armored division that we can add to our tanks. And just make sure we're not making any more. Yeah, I don't think we need to make these. That'll free up, by the way, these guys, the Panzer Division, a little bit faster. Because now all the motorized will just move into them. Yeah. That's working pretty well. You can see it filling. Over here in Spain, we've been entrenched in Madrid. And it looks like well, it's hard to see with my offensive line there. I think we're safe here. No, not quite yet. Republican Spain is still on this side. It's going pretty slow, but it still looks like it's going well. And we want to be really careful about ordering our troops to just, like, go attack Barcelona, because when I did that in one game, they ended up getting surrounded. They cut through and then got surrounded and then had no supply and got killed off, actually. So, and then I ended up, like, we ended up losing that war. So I'm sure it wasn't all me, but I'm sure I didn't help. So we're going to play this one a little bit safer and mostly just let them do their own work. Okay, it looks like we got some new artillery. Very nice. Cannot really push too much further now. As far as Navy goes, there's some ships we can get. Another battleship. Landing craft. This is a big one that we are going to want one day. It's going to help us make more naval invasions. But I guess we'll just go for... Oh, there's carriers. We don't have any at all either. I don't think we're going to want carriers. Get this ship. And we have another research we can get. We're going to have so much research, we won't even know what to do with it. Might as well get the heavy fighter at this point. Don't want to fall too far behind. But this is all good. And I know the game feels like a bit of a slog now, guys. It's going to pick up. We sort of intentionally chose to make this game a bit of a slog when we decided that we were going to take it safe, you know? Take it slow. There we go. Another national focus complete. Our infrastructure will build faster now. And let's see. Romania or Hungary? Who are we most worried about? There's Romania. They are unaligned for sure. 18% fascist, 20% democratic. And Hungary has more fascism. So we'll probably start with Romania. We want to secure them. So let's go ahead and align Romania. Romania is already in our sphere of influence, but we could easily sway them further to our way of thinking, making them even more easily manipulable in the future, which is kind of exactly what I wanted to do. So, sounds good to me. Oh, what's this? Oh, what happened? It just disappeared. Something popped up and I'd never seen it before, and then it disappeared. The Hindenburg incident. Disaster was narrowly averted today when a diesel fuel leak was discovered on a German passenger airship Hindenburg as it came into dock at Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. The leak was promptly repaired. Had it gone unnoticed, flammable vapor could have resulted in a fire that would have engulfed the entire airship. Critics have long questioned the wisdom of a passenger airship given their spotty safety records, and this incident is bound to make them even more vocal. I don't know if that has any bearing on our game at all. Okay, it's time to set these guys to do something else. Let's go offensive line. Something like that. I don't know how they will do that, but let's see how they do it. They do have to cross the river. And if there is a battle, we will be able to see details. I think they're still moving right now. Getting more and more army experience, by the way. I don't know how much we need to do what I'm trying to do here. Okay, we're gonna pause it because I think the MIFO bills have come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some people swear by recon. Other people do not like recon. So my idea was that we wanted to have 2 artilleries, yeah, and 7 infantry units. This drastically improves our soft attack up to 43. Up by 43, which is very good. Our hard attack goes up by a little bit. We lose 26 defense, but this is like an attacking unit. We lose a lot of defensive stuff. A little bit of organization, suppression, but a lot of this stuff is really good. So that's what I'm going to go with. And then we also have support artillery, engineer company, and I really want to add field hospitals. But I don't have them done yet. So I think we'll just wait until field hospitals are done, which is in 114 days. Okay. By the time that's done, that'll probably be around the time we stop this episode. Oh yeah, MIFO bills. Shit. So what do we got here? It's 100 days. Jeez. Well, we're sort of committing to this, so let's go ahead and keep going. Oh, we have the political power to spend here on an industrial concern, refining concern, which is less research time, and electronics research time. This gives us a bonus to synthetic, which we haven't even started on yet, so getting the bonus might actually be a good idea. I'm going to make a snap decision on that, even though it might not be smart. I do know we're going to want to get into our industrial, or our refineries. Let's take a quick look at construction here. Oh, look at that. We're getting there. We're getting there. How are our troops doing here? Still trying to move. It looks to me like they're just standing because I haven't hit this yet. That's why. Let's move. Probably should have hit that a long time ago. Let's see. We got the battle going on here. You can see all this stuff. You can see them choosing tactics every day. So this is just a basic attack into a defend. Attack. They chose defend. And we can see how things are going. Combat width. Stuff like that. There's a lot of ideas here. And it looks like we're currently winning. But it looks like, I don't know. Well, we'll see. It might take a while. It is across a river, so. Okay. Well, not much else going on, so we might as well just keep watching this. Pushing more and more. We have reserves as well. There we go. We took the province and now we're moving back. I don't really know why. Oh, because they want to move somewhere else. They're trying this little thing. I guess this is what they want to do. They are flanking now. This dude is being attacked from 2 different provinces, so we're going to get a bit of a bonus for that. Okay, look at that. Yeah, see, the AI is, like, the AI is not great. From what I've read, a lot of people actually kind of hate the AI in this game, but sometimes I just let them go, you know? I don't really have a strong opinion of what the AI does. I assume that if they do something stupid, it's because my commander is stupid. If they do something smart, it's because my commander is smart. Did I not add you? did. But why aren't you moving? Maybe because you weren't told to. Well, it looks like we're winning most of our fights over here anyway. Although we are doing some weird things to the line. But we can see, if we look at the two bars, it is very hard to see. The top bar is our organization, which, no matter who we are, that's going to go down a little bit occasionally. The bottom bar is their fighting strength, which sort of includes equipment and other things too. The bottom bar is kind of the most important. These guys have almost no fighting strength compared to us. Okay, the famous aviator Amelia Earhart, the first woman to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic, has disappeared along with her navigator, Fred Noonan, near Howland Island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The two were attempting a flight around the entire world in their twin-engine Lockheed Electra plane when they vanished. A search for the missing aviators is now being conducted by the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard, but there's little hope. I think sometimes she can actually survive, and then the U.S. can add her as like a fighter ace pilot or something. Yeah, so my general has an interesting idea of how to achieve this offensive line that we have drawn up. It might be because the offensive line is too big for the army that I'm telling to do that. I don't really know. But it seems to be working anyway. In a weird way. Alright, align Romania is done. We will now move on to align Hungary. We want them all aligned, so we'll do that too. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Oh shit, a whole bunch of stuff's happening here. Japan declared war on Shaanxi. Uncertainty has long reigned in the Soviet Union. While details are scarce, there's been a series of secret trials. Okay. A bunch of these are gonna pop here. Yeah, Japan declared war on China. There have been a series of secret trials on the highest level, and both generals and ministers have disappeared from the public eye. Yeah. The natural assumption is that some great conspiracy has been uncovered within the Communist Party, but no official statement has been made. In addition, the diplomatic reports we have access to indicate that the evidence presented at these trials has been far from indisputable. Okay. Whatever's been happening, the structure of the Soviet High Command has changed irrevocably. Things are going on in the Soviet Union. They're improving the railway network. I don't know, they seem to be pretty stable. Ooh. Alright, we have civilian factories that are not working. So let's start pumping out some military factories now. That's what we really want. That's what we really need. On the 100 tiles, if we can. And then some more. We want a whole bunch. Just try to put them on the highest quality tiles that we can. And even some of the other less high quality ones, I guess. We want a lot. A lot. We'll be building these for a while. That seems like a good start right now. So let's do that. Okay, and we'll continue. And as each factory becomes available, we'll be able to assign them to our production line. This is so many guns. This is probably too many guns. I'm going to actually lower that. And what else do we need? Well, we need these tanks. So let's do that. Maybe that was a bad decision. I don't actually know. So more people are joining the Chinese front, by the way, which we can take a look over here. In the few games that I've played, Japan typically kicks everybody's ass over here, but we'll see. This doesn't look that great right now. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, in Spain, it almost feels like it's stalling out a little bit, doesn't it? Hasn't really been that great. But our divisions are doing fine, I believe. I don't really know what their plans are here, but they're doing stuff. They're fighting. They're getting us experience, and now we have a ton of experience, but we're going to wait for the field hospitals. 39 days. So that's the plan for the end of this episode. We're going to get to the field hospitals. We're also low on resources now. Oil, coincidentally. So maybe once we align Hungary, we'll make a decision here or get some more oil. Don't really know yet. Looks like we're fighting on two fronts here. Is that what we want? Are we doing okay? Losing a bit of organization, but we're still winning. Doesn't seem that great, does it? Looks like we're gonna win here. Okay. Getting a little bit better. Now I think we're all focused on the same little province there that we're trying to take out. Should be okay. Okay. See, this isn't good though. These guys are gonna lose. Almost definitely. Unless they get help very quickly. Okay, hold on. Audible. You guys, cancel all plans. Go into here. That's what we want. We want to help these guys if we can. It might be too late, but we'll try. Looks like we're winning very quickly. Okay, we forced them away. We're in. Now we want to go in here. Let's save these guys if we can. We'll be the heroes that Spain needs. Marines are done. You know what? Let's just get options for the paratroopers too. Okay. And now we can easily just kill these guys. Maybe manually controlling these guys is much easier. Or a much better idea to just help Spain win this. There we go. This seems good. And then, if we win here, maybe what I'll try to do is come down here and cut this off. I don't 1000% know how the supply rules work, and it might not really affect them very much, but it seems like a good idea to cut them in half. So there we go. We got them there. So let's come down here now. On the beach. It is through mountain terrain. So that's a bit of a problem. Field hospitals are almost done. Getting attacked on two sides here, but winning it easily. Okay. So we've got the field hospitals. That is great. All right, we've been focusing on some infantry stuff for quite a bit. Let's look and make sure. Well, we're already researching a boat. Everything else we have is... we already have it, except for the carriers, which I'm still not even sure we'll even bother with. For the planes, we're getting all the planes. Air doctrine. Well, let's check here. We still don't have radar yet, which now is probably a good time to get it. Yeah, actually, that's what we'll do. Get the radar. And we will now... we've got a lot of experience to work with. We will... what we'll want to do is... yeah, we'll just edit this. And we'll duplicate it. And this is going to be a stupid name, but it's basically going to be attacking force. And for that, we want to add 2 artilleries and a field hospital. And I like that. We can look into adding another one later. I don't know what it would be. Maybe a recon or maybe a logistics. Because logistics is good for an attacking force when they push farther away from home. If you want to see just quickly, the logistics group uses less supply, which is kind of the big thing. So the farther away they get, the easier it is for them to maintain supply. But I don't know if that's something we want to do right away or not. Anyway. Did I just lose my attacking force? I think I did. This is a good symbol for them. Equipment. Yeah, that'll get updated later. So we want to have 2 artilleries, a field hospital, and we'll leave that for now. This should be good enough. And they'll be called the attacking force. Save. Okay. So now we have the attacking force. I'm going to switch that to 1. This should finish. And then the attacking force should start. Whoops. Oops. Hold on. Train. The attacking force should start. We'll set them in wherever. And we will give them 5 units because that's what we were doing. The other one? Or 4 units, sorry. So that's fine. God damn it. What am I doing here? Train 4. Okay. These guys will finish once they're done. And it looks like they're very close. 98. Okay, hold on. Before we end, we're going to finish this here. Just make sure these guys aren't getting themselves killed here. We got political power too. Holy smokes. Material designer. Yeah, we'll do this. It'll help us with our research time for infantry equipment, which once we start leveling that up will be very good. Okay, these guys should be finishing up. Yeah, there's 1 left. He's done. Okay. And they're automatically going to where they should be, right? They're already going to just walk themselves over. And we can see them starting to fill out this line now, which is good. I like it. Why do we have 11 agents down here? Or 11 infantry? Hold on. Something's going on with that. A line hungry is finished. Everything is happening at once right when I want to be ending this episode. We have decided we're going to go for the coal because we want to start working on synthetic resources now that we're starting to run out at home. We don't want to trade too many factories away. I would prefer if you guys would spread out in a way that made sense. But it seems like they don't want to, and I don't know why. Now, here is where it gets a little weird. Because we already have these units out, but we've just changed the division template. What we do is we select this army. Okay, this army. We select every one of these guys. And we hit this button, change division template to attacking force. And it'll tell us this is what we need. Extra artillery, extra support equipment, and extra mortarized. I don't know why we need mortarized. But that's what we're going to do. And it's going to change these guys to the proper template. And also change them to trained, I guess. Which sucks. So then that means we will tell them all to exercise as well. Yeah, 7 infantry, 2 artillery. They're all set up now, though. And then we'll do the same thing here. For, I always click on the wrong thing. For these guys, update them to attacking force. Yep. Okay. And exercise. We'll have to remember to tell them to stop exercising. Hopefully that won't be too difficult. Haven't adjusted that yet. Oh, shit. There we go. This is going to cost us a lot of manpower and stuff, but... Or actually, we gain manpower because we're ditching infantry units out. We're just adding the artillery. So we'll do that. And they're exercising too. Tank guys don't need to exercise. And if we let a couple days tick past, we'll let the end of September go by. I know this episode's getting pretty long here. But I just want to see how does our production line hold up now that we've made those changes. Into October. Yeah, we have even more free equipment now. Don't worry, this stuff is going to get used up pretty quickly once we start bashing out more infantry units. But yeah, I can see it's definitely stockpiling up quite a bit. Artillery is going to need a lot of work. We got the military factories coming in here very soon. And we will start to be freeing up those to add to artillery. Artillery we're going to want to have maxed out probably. Support equipment seems to be doing okay. So yeah, things will start to look up once we start getting these factories in, and then we're going to have a booming economy and everything should be good. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Sorry, it felt a little bit here and there where I was like just sort of silent because not a lot of stuff was happening. I'm going to edit out a lot of the boring parts. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm a total idiot with this game, but it's to be expected because I am pretty new at it. If you see me making any glaring mistakes, please let me know. Like I said, it'll take me a while to be able to implement it, but I will definitely do my best to implement it when I can. So that's going to do it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying, and we will see you next time.